Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see from the thumbnail and the title, this video is about a budget holster for the Glock 19. I personally use and recommend holsters from Tolster. I think their prices are very fair for the product that you get. You can get the Optic cut ones, like in plain black here, for around $70 or so, but they can get kind of expensive. Like this one with this pattern on it, that was like an extra 20 bucks. This clip does not come on this particular one. That was like an extra like $6 or $7. This sidekick did not come on it. It was like an extra 15. This foam pad back here did not come on it. It was like an extra, I don't know, 15 or 20. So I probably have, I don't know, maybe $110, $120 in this holster right here. And even though I think $70 is a very fair price, I know some of you are looking for something that's a little more affordable, but still a really quality holster. And these holsters here from CYA Supply Company may just fit the bill for you. These are made in the USA with a lifetime warranty. They have an Optic cut already, and they're less than $40. So stick around if you want to learn about it. We'll do a real quick unpackaging. We'll go over all of the features, we'll try it out, and then we'll get some thoughts on it. And just so you know, throughout this video, I will be working with a completely safe firearm, no ammo anywhere around. For those of you that aren't familiar with CYA Supply Company, they've been around for about 10 years or so. Started by two cousins in a garage in San Antonio, Texas. And now they sell their holsters at Optics Planet, Amazon, which is where this came from, Sportsman's Guide, a bunch of other stores, so they're pretty popular now. So the model that I have is the base OR, which is the Optics Ready version. They do have multiple other holsters for different Glocks, but that's my specific SKU number, UPC. There is something back here that you can scan. Get some information here, but let's get this out, take a look at it. So it looks like the holster itself is the only thing in the package. Give you guys some close-ups of it before we start going over all the details. So their holsters are made out of Boltaron, and I honestly don't know the difference between like Kydex and Boltaron. I do know that this is supposed to be like impact resistant, chemical resistant, even fire resistant. One of my favorite things about the Tolster holsters is they have this minimalist profile where basically they don't use like extra material. Like even like where your trigger guard, it's completely in line with the holster. At the bottom, there's not a lot of extra stuff. The sight channel's not like super big. I just like how small and compact they are. Well, CYA also uses a similar design, and we'll check it out once we get the firearm in it. Their sight channels do look to be a little bit higher, but we'll see what that looks like here in a bit. So the two must-haves for me with a holster is it has to have really good retention. It's nice if it does have adjustable retention, which this does, but either way, it has to be good retention. I don't want to be like running and have to be worrying about if my gun is going to come out of the holster. And then the second thing is it has to completely cover the trigger guard area. I do not want to see like halfway in behind or anything like that. I just don't want to have the fear of something getting caught in there or anything like that. So we'll check those things out in a bit. And then the third thing I like, it's not a must-have, but I like my holsters to have high sweat shields. I don't like the slide touching up against me, and this does appear to be pretty high. We'll see if it comes all the way to the end of the slide here in a minute. So all of their holsters are handmade. They smooth and polish all of the edges. Their clips here are adjustable. Right now it's set up for 15 degrees, but you can pull the screw out, and there's another hole here. I'll show you that in a minute. And then you can actually rotate this down to 0 degrees. Let's grab a quick weight on it. It's pretty lightweight. So 2.9 ounces. All right, let's just go ahead and put the gun in. We'll check everything out. First time putting it in, I haven't adjusted anything. I also like to kind of hear that audible click so you know that it kind of grabbed onto your trigger guard area, but let's see what we get here. Very audible, very positive click there. Just kind of looking at all of the fitment. Completely covers that trigger guard area. I really like how that is right there. Plenty of room. High sweat shield. Almost all the way to the very tip there. Let's check out the retention. I'm going to hold down here, so you know I'm not squeezing on the gun or anything. Yeah, that's pretty good, but now let's check on being able to draw. That might be too tight. Yeah, that's pretty tight. I'm going to have to adjust that a little bit. And we'll just turn each of these maybe like a half turn. Start there and then see what this is like. Whole lot better. Now let's still check retention. I may go just a little bit more, maybe like a quarter turn. Yeah, that's a whole lot better. Kind of give you some close-ups here of what that trigger guard area looks like. And then also down here you can see there's not a whole lot of excess hanging down. This is where it's like going to be digging into you. I carry appendix, and so this part here is really important for me. See how close that is right there to the Optic, but a great fit. And this is completely unloaded. I showed you that a minute ago, but you can see the sight channel there. So if you are using like taller iron sights or suppressor height sights, you'll see you have plenty of room in there for those. That is what those holes look like. So again, if I run appendix and I want a 0 cant, I'm going to move it down here to this lower hole. And then it's going to look like that. I want to show you a close-up of this clip on a belt. My belt is 1.5 inches. It looks like it would probably fit an 1.75 inch belt as well, because there is a little bit of movement there. But you can see this lip on the bottom of this clip, how wide that is, and how that's going to grab onto that belt. No way for that coming off until you pull it out. And there's a lot of tension on that. But you can hear it like, I'll let you hear it like snap over this. Try to show you guys what this looks like on. I'm wearing it again in the appendix position. This is something I would wear pretty much any day, just a black long sleeve t-shirt. It does conceal pretty well. There's a little bit of the grip that I can see if I pull the shirt tight. See that there? Not a whole lot. And then we'll also see about like actual holster retention to the belt when I draw. So I'm not going to try to do this super fast. Well, hopefully seeing it on me was somewhat beneficial for you guys. There was just a little bit of printing with this Glock 19, but when you compare it to something like a P365 or a Shield Plus or whatever it might be, it's a much bigger gun. And so the longer the grip and the thicker the grip, the more difficult it is to conceal something. But I do think the CYA holster did a really good job with it though. So this is not a long-term review. I really just wanted to introduce you guys to the brand if you're not familiar with them, and let you know that there are cheaper options out there that are pretty decent quality holsters. And another thing that's great is like literally you can order them from Amazon and have it tomorrow. There's basically no wait time at all on them. Amazon, I think they only have them in black. And that $34 is a sale price right now. They're doing some kind of Black Friday deal or whatever. I think they're normally $39 something, but still a really good price. On the website, you can get black, flat dark earth, a carbon fiber, some type of teal blue, and then like an OD green, and they're right around about that same price, right around $40. I think they do have free shipping as well. And I'll try to leave those links down in the video description in case you guys want to find out more information on the holster or pick one up. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.